This is Arifa. In this video, we are going to share about statutory compliance of Indian companies, and I am going to share about background check in Indian companies and recruitment process followed in various Indian companies.
Hi, I'm Monisha. I'm going to explain about the topic training and development practices in India.
This is Karthik, and I am going to share about the employment compensation policy and safety welfare measures following in Indian companies.
Hi, this is Revati. I am going to share about employee benefits and HR policies followed by Indian companies.
I am going to share about employee restriction policies and retirement policies followed in India companies.
Background check in India. While background screening has always been fairly common practice in India, it is growing in popularity as country experience an increase in CV frauds, which occurs when job applicants misrepresent themselves in the cover letter and resumes. This phenomenon has greater impact need for background screening. According to PricewaterhouseCoopers 2016 Global Economic Crime Survey, HR misrepresentation, especially when the work candidates submit false capabilities, adversely affect the company should be avoided. As noted in the report, economic crime including HR frauds can negatively affect the company bottom line, decrease in employee morale, adversely affect the business relationship and harm company's brand and reputation. Because of high amount of risk in hiring in India, employers should seriously consider implementing a background screening program in order to decrease the risk of human resource fraud. A solid background screening program will credential for full-time, part-time and temporary workers. The Constitution of India Article 21, which generates no person shall be deprived of his personal liberty except according to the procedure established by law. Article 21 has been referred to numerous Supreme Courts as related to upholding an individual right. The various available background check in India. The most common background check in India are employment history verification, education verification, professional reference check and criminal record search. Indian criminal record search. Criminal record searches in India are conducted at local police station where many records are stored in paper or electronically, and it will be difficult for more rural areas to conduct this check. And the various requirements for Indian criminal record search includes name, date of birth, full address, father's name and release form. And next is Indian civil record search. In Indian civil record search is available at local level. Report may include case type, file date, case number, name of the court where the case has been filed, and dependent and deposition if case has been located. And the various requirements for this check includes name, date of birth, address and release. Indian bankrupt record search. This search is conducted through IBPI, Insolvency and Bankrupt Board of India, NCLT, National Company Law Tribunal and BIFR, Board for Industrial and Financial Reconstruction. Report may include file date, case number, name of the court where the case will be filed, and case status if bankrupt case can be located. And the various requirements are full name of the individual including alias and surname if any, father's name, complete address with postal code, address, history if available, copy of PAN card and another government issued ID card. Education degree verification in India. Educational institution will be conducted to verify dates of attendance, graduation date and degree information. It is common to verify only the highest degree obtained by the candidate. The requirements include name, date of birth, school name, degree, major date of attendance, city of school, release form, copy of degree, all years mark sheets are also often required. Reference check in India. This search is conducted via telephone, sometimes via email, with individual personal or professional reference using a standard list of questions. The requirements are applicant name and date of birth, reference relationship, contact number and contact information including phone number and email address. Motor vehicle records. The motor vehicle record search will confirm if the individual possesses a driving license. Detail of driving record may be provided if available. Dictatorship check in India. A search determines if a candidate have board of director responsibility for the company. Recruitment process in India. Usually, the companies consider the internal candidates for new job openings. They have internal job boards established in their intranets. Whenever a new requirement comes up, they post that vacancy in their intranets and encourage the internal candidates to apply for the job. If they do not find the right candidates or needed relevant talent in-house, they go for selecting candidates from outside. The preferred source of candidates include current employees with the Employer Referral Program (ERP), customer referral, friends, relatives of the management or employees. Usually the candidate selection rate is high if the candidates come from their preferred sources, and there are many chances that the candidates stay with the organization for a long time because he already knows the organization culture through his friends and relatives. These days, many companies in India are hiring employees on contract basis. These companies want to have a trial run, that is, on-job performance observance of a candidate before he or she takes them on roll. Different companies follow different techniques and tests in selecting the candidates. Usually the firms go to the campus and conduct written tests and interviews to the graduating engineers. Their written test includes aptitude and analytical tests. The project leaders, project manager, senior management and HR team conduct a face-to-face interview for lateral candidates. There will be 2 or 3 technical rounds and 1 HR round of interview take place in many Indian firms. This interview process typically company-specific process. During the interview, the interviewer should provide the right environment for the candidate to respond to the question. In the interview, only the candidates who have filled the company. The interviewer should be careful when becoming tense or offensive in some situations in the interview process. He should carefully respond to the contradictions. Initially, the interviewer should be given interviewing skill training. Majority of Indian companies give interviewing skill training programs to the project leader and project manager on the companies. External sources. There are many other sources of candidates for Indian companies. They are newspaper advertisement, television advertisement and radio advertisement and job fairs. These newspaper and other advertisements in media are useful for the collections of resumes in large and maintain a database of the candidates for future purpose. Job boards such as Naukri.com, Monster.com and Jobstreet.com are some of the sources of candidates in Indian companies. These companies advertise in their job portals at affordable prices for the companies. Networking provided by the sites such as LinkedIn, SiliconIndia.com are also some of the sources of good candidates for most of the IT companies in India. Job fair conducted by Timesjob.com, Naukri.com and The Hindu are also attracting the young talent in India. Many of the companies are recruiting in these job fairs for the entry-level programmer positioning and offering on-the-spot offers for the candidates. The external manpower consultant and engineering colleges and university campuses are other sources of qualified candidates for Indian IT companies. Targeting the candidates. Usually the Indian companies, while recruiting candidates, categorize the candidates as first. Targeting the candidates. Usually these Indian companies, while recruiting candidates, categorize the candidates as a first step of recruitment activities. They categorize the candidates based on the size of the organization, number of needed resources and size of candidate pool, etc. They follow different strategy for the different candidates based on their categorization while recruiting. The candidates' categorization will be based on their employment and achievement levels. The candidates can be categorized as undistributed candidates, distributed candidates, unemployed candidates, high achievers or average performance. Distributed candidates are ready to accept the job offer immediately. They are easy to target and make them agree the vacancy in the hand. Undistributed candidates are happy with the current job. However, if they get a call, they may accept the offer. Unemployed candidates are actively looking for the job, and some of them may accept and some of them may not accept. This depends upon the family and financial situations. HR as a part of corporate strategy, talent management, people empowerment, people engagement as a part of HR strategy. This HR strategy should be allied with the corporate strategy to make the organization successful.
Training and development practices in India. First, we see the evolution of training. Till the 1660s, training activities in most of the Indian organization was totally absent or partly present in a rudimentary form. However, in the 70s, Indian organizations started becoming aware of the need of development of managers for better management of industries. Therefore, executive development programs came in few educational institutions. Traditional training methods is divided into 3 categories, that is presentation method, hands-on method, group building method. Presentation method. Presentation method in which trainees are passive recipients of information. This information may include facts or information, processes, problem-solving method. Presentation method is further divided into lectures and audio-visual techniques. Lecture. Lecture involves the trainee communication through spoken words that he or she wants the trainee to learn. It is often used because it is one of the least expensive, least time-consuming way to present a large amount of information effectively in an organized manner. Variations of lecture. Lectures has various variations, that is standard lecture, team teaching, guest speakers, student presentation and panels. Audiovisual technique, the other type of the method. Audiovisual is the slides and videos. It can be used for improving communication skill, interviewing skill, customer service skill, illustrating how procedures should be followed. Hands-on method. Training method that require the trainee to be actively involved in the learning. These methods include on-the-job training, simulations, case studies, business games, role plays, and behavior model. On-the-job training refers to new or inexperienced employees learning through observing peers or managers performing the job and trying to imitate their behavior. On-the-job training includes apprenticeship, self-directed learning program. Employees take responsibilities for all aspects of learning. When it is conducted, who will be involved? Trainees themselves design training content at their own pace without any instructors. Trainers are available to evaluate learning or answer questions for the trainee. A formal occupational training program which combines on-the-job training and related instructions and in which workers learn the practical and conceptual skills required for the skilled occupation, craft or trade, can be sponsored by companies or union. Most programs involve skilled trades. This is apprenticeship programs of on-the-job training. The next method is simulation. Replicates a real-life situation. It is an attempt to create a realistic decision-making environment for the trainee used to teach production and process skill, management and interpersonal skills. Case studies. Description about how employees or an organization dealt with the situation. Trainees are required to analyze and criticize action taken, indicate an appropriate action, suggest what might have been done differently. Major assumption is that employees are most likely to recall and use knowledge and skills learned through a process of discovery. Business games require trainees to gather information, analyze it and make decisions with the help of some game. Primarily used for management skill development. Games mimic the competitive nature of the business. Role plays. Trainees act out characters assigned to them. Information regarding the situation is provided to the trainees. Focus on interpersonal responses. Outcomes depend on the emotional reaction of the other trainees. The more meaningful the exercise, the higher the level of participant focus on the intensity. Behavior modeling involves presenting trainees with a model who demonstrates key behaviors to replicate. Provides trainees opportunities to practice the key behaviors based on the principles of learning through observation. Effective for training interpersonal and computer skills. Group building method. Training method designed to improve team or group effectiveness. Training directed or improving trainee skills as well as team effectiveness. Methods involves training, sharing ideas and experience, building group identity, understanding interpersonal dynamics, learning their strengths and weaknesses and of their co-workers. Group techniques focus on helping teams increase their skills of effective teamwork. Group building methods often involve experimental learning. Group building method involve adventure learning, team learning and action learning. Adventure learning focuses on the development of teamwork and leadership skill using structured outdoor activities, also known as wilderness training and outdoor training, best suited for developing skills related to group effectiveness such as self-awareness, problem solving, conflict management, risk taking. Team training involves coordinating the performance of individuals who work together to achieve a common goal. Teams that are effectively trained develop procedure to identify and resolve errors, coordinate information gathering and reinforce each other. Action learning. Action learning involves giving teams or group works an actual problem, having them work on solving it, committing to an action plan and holding them accountable for carrying out the plan. The management development program. Development refers to the learning opportunities desired to help employees grow on the job and off the job. On the job has job rotation, coaching, action learning, staff meeting, lateral transfer. Off the job, seminars, conferences, case studies, games, role plays, behavior models, corporate universities. In 90s, 80s and 1990s, training in the industry was done on a hook basis. There was no systematic approach for training. Long-term and short-term objectives were not defined. There was no survey of training rates. Training was basically considered as deviation from busy work life as a relaxation program. Training was conducted basically for statistical purposes. Training was basically done with regard in specific technical skills. Management programs were not given the importance.
Compensation policy. In Indian competitive law, generally an employee will pay employees on 1st of every month. The Wages Act specified of all companies which feature then thousands of employees should pay wages every month before their 7th, while the company with more than thousands of employees should pay every month before the 10th. Employees also getting paid time off, including 10 paid public holidays, but these can vary by a state, regional and local customer, while the government mandatory employees getting a 10 holiday of work. Workers can choose which the holidays to use for it. Female employee also received a granted mutual leave for 12 weeks. The statutory minimum of paid vacation leave is 15 days. Employees are highly concerned about the allowance. So including the options in your Indian benefit management program is best: medical allowance, special allowance, leave travel allowance, concerns, telephone and mobile phone allowance, convenient allowance. Restriction for benefit and compensation. India's compensation law also retains certain restrictions, such as being typical work weekness. The work weekness is 40 hours within a work day of 8 hours. Workers must get 10 hours between a work day, and they should not work than 50 hours per week or 9 hours a day. If keep paying an employee, we should exceed their hours. You could not found a complaints. Safety and welfare measure of India. Last year 2020, the Indian Parliament combined 25 labor law into 3 codes. They are Social Security Code, the Code on Industrial Relationship, and the Code on Occupation Safety and Health and Working Condition. The Code on Wages enhanced in 2019. Also amalgamate for 4 relative labor law. The 4 new labor law codes were supported to be effective from on April 1, 2021. The Occupational Safety, Health and Work Condition Code is built currently under a considered for the enhancement by the Indian Parliament. The purpose of OHS code replaced in 13 labor law relative to the health and safety work condition. It must be noted that the OH code does not apply to a self-employed persons working from private houses. As per the draft of Occupational Safety, Health and Work Condition Code 2019, every employee shall ensure that the workplace is free from hazards, which has been cases or likely the case of injured or occupational disease to the employees. It is an obligation for employment and occupation to ensure the providing and maintenance of plant and system work that are the safety without health risk. Arrangement should be made recruitment and risk involved in use of handling the storage of transfer of articles and subsequent. According to the draft of OHS Code 2019, every employment are liable of complying with the occupational safety health standard under the code and the regulation rule and by the law and order made to the Company Act. Every employer must be provide a maintenance as per the responsible participant and work of environment that the safety and without risk that the health of employees and regularly expand the designs of importance of suppliers and equipment in the established and must take a responsible step to ensure the safety of workers. Safety of workers must be ensured by the installation and maintenance of machines and mechanism, transmission of tools and equipment and machines is being best possible safety condition. Tools, equipment, machine or products used must be organization properly granted in safety of workers. The employee is obligation to take care and protect of our workers' health and safety by providing means of rescue, the first aid kit and cleanup and arrangement and organization workplace. The features of the employee obligation in ensure to the no changes of leverage and employee in respect of to any done of providing maintenance of safety health at the workers. Standards of workers and right on safety workplace and platform of workers. Factory Act that the expense of providing and work health of safety and described above. That draft of OHS of Workers Condition Code also a chapter on health of safety workplace. Currently the legislative is not be applicable to the platform of workers. The draft of OHS and Work Condition Code defined the work as being a person, employee, industrial to any manual and unskilled and skilled technique operational and critical and supervisor work higher renewment and supervisor of worker higher the reward whether the employee has been implied. Course of can be taken a favorable request and implied of OHS code for the platform and work considered of implement nature contract. Similar that the draft of OHS code definition on the employment has been responsible established on the personnel and employed on the wages of them establishing to any skilled and semi-skilled and unskilled manual operation and supervision managerial and administrative technique and clinical worker higher than reward whether the team of employees as expressed implied they have been draft of law features of person of declined and employee has been approved the government of the central government has been state government has been declared the platform work and established for the purpose of legislative and hence they granted them all the rights and application of other workers. The government does not have a role as a workers platform. A service through the platform are not protected for the occupational hazards. If they are encountered of occupational hazards, they started of civil courses of case against the platform using which they providing service or against the platform. Employment career under the states Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Uttar Pradesh, etc.
Employee benefits are referred to as a fringe benefits or perks in earlier time. They are non-financial benefits that are offered to the employees apart from their salaries. Let's see what are the type of employee benefits available in India. Short-term employee benefits. These are those employee benefits which need to be completely settled within a period of 12 months of time at the end of the reporting time in which employee has rendered the service. Salary, wages and social security contribution. Salary, wages, these are the standard receivable of your employees. The social security contribution in India are governed by the Employee Provident Fund and Provision Act. Annual leave, sick leave, which are paid. Many organizations provide the benefits of availing paid annual leave, sick leave and maternity leave, which can be carried forward to the next year and even encashed while leaving the organization. Profit sharing and bonus. Many organizations offer their employees the benefit of sharing profit of the organization in the form of bonus if they have been within the organization for a specific period of time. Benefits which are non-monetary in nature. These benefits include healthcare service, company car, housing, food coupons like conveyance, SODEX facilities like shuttle for current employees, which can be of great importance to the employees. Other employee benefits available in India. Employee Provident Fund, Voluntary Provident Fund. Employee Provident Fund. This is the social security contribution in India governed by the Employee Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provision Act. This scheme under this Employee Provident Fund scheme and Employee Pension Scheme. Post-employment benefits. These are the benefits which are available to the employee after their retirement and render service. Pension, lump sum payments on retirement are one of the common post-employment benefits provided by the organization. Private plans. Private Provident Fund. The companies opt out EPFO, take the administrative burden of the funds and set up their Provident Fund trust to manage them in-house in the form of Private Provident Fund. Superannuation plan, pension plan, wellness program, healthcare benefits. These are the other benefits available in private plans. Food coupons, flex time, conveyance, leave encashment, financial education. These are the other miscellaneous benefits. Retirement benefits, retirement education, flex benefits, health benefits. These are the future trend on employee benefits. Now we are discussing about HR policies in India. HR policies in India include employment contract, wages, termination of employment, maternity and paternity leave, prevention of sexual harassment in the workplace, public holidays and work weeks, restrictive clause in employment contract, gratuity and provident fund, impact of digitalization, adaptive work culture. India, the federal, state and industry-specific regulation govern labor laws. However, employees may also use HR policy to gain competitive advantage. Good HR policies can make employers more attractive talent labor market and lower costly attrition rates. Meanwhile, strong HR policies and payroll administration can help instill company value locally and improve workforce. Employment contracts. India does not mandate a written employment contract for local employees. However, it is advisable for companies to use contract to limit risk and define the terms and conditions of employment. Indian employment laws are diverse and form a complex framework that employees must navigate carefully when constructing contract. Apart from labor laws, there are industrial law, the Company Act and Contract Act 1872 that govern employment conditions in India. Wages. Employees should seek to periodically audit their wages structure to ensure it remains competitive within the local labor market. However, it is perhaps more important to ensure wages are compliant with the prevailing law. Under the Minimum Wage Act 1948, all employees in the organized sector must provide the basic cost of living employee categories specified within the Act. Termination of employment. Employees in India may only terminate as per the terms and conditions with their employment contract. The maternity and the paternity leave. The Maternity Benefit Act 2017 applied to all shops and any establishment that employ overturned workers. Under the Act, 26 weeks paid leave is available for women for the first 2 children and 12 weeks subsequently. Prevention of sexual harassment in the workplace. The India government has brought the safety of women in the workplace to the forefront of its lawmaking. An internal complaint must be set up all organizations with more than 10 employees in accordance with the norms of laid out in the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2030. All complaints should be actively pursued, evidenced and redressed immediately. Restrictive clause in employment contract. Employees should note that including restrictive clause into a contract might not be enforceable through Indian courts. The Contract Act 1872 necessitates the fundamental right of all citizens to carry on any profession, trade or business. Gratuity and Provident Fund. The Payment of Gratuity Act 1972 provides the guideline for gratuity owed to an employee. The number of years of service of an employee is the criteria of deciding the amount of gratuity owed, and this payment by the company is obligatory by the law. These are the main HR policies in India.
Scope of retirement policy. This is applicable to all regular full-time employees and part-time employees of the company. Retirement policy age. The retirement age for all India employees is 60 years. The actual date of leaving from the service of the company due to retirement service shall be on the closing hours of the company. Last working day of the calendar month in which the retiring employee's 16th birthday falls, as defined by proof of the age birthday document submitted at the time of joining. An employee can be retired at any age before attaining the age of 60 years during at the company if they are unable to continue in service satisfactorily due to any form of physical or mental infirmity are not able to perform given work. The decision of adopt in this regard shall be final and binding on the employee. Of retirement. Note: of retirement to the business, he or she to initiate the process of notifying the retaining employee, manager, leader. HRBP 1 year in advance from date of impending retirement. Drive the transaction plan at least 6 months in advance of the retirement date in partnership with VU leader while keeping the HRB informed. In case of any change in the retirement date due to business critical reason, the business should inform ERC within 3 months from the date of notification sent to the business. Anyone who violates the policy in any manner may be subject to disciplinary action up to and including termination of employment or contract. Results of all right no making. Changes to this policy at its sole discretion, which when affected the impact stakeholder will be notified. Policies. Where a person is appointed to be a permanent post in a government service and proposition the termination of his service during or at the end of that period of prohibition will not ordinarily and by itself be a punishment for the government servant so appointed has no right to continue to hold such a post any more than the servant employed on prohibition by a private employer is entitled to do. Rules and Regulations. An appointed to a permanent post in government service and prohibition means, as in the case of a person appointed by a private employer, that the servant so appointed is taken on while the period of prohibition may in some cases be for fixed period, example 6 months or for 1 year, or it may be expressed simply as one prohibition without any specification of any period. Is appointed to a permanent post in a government service on a prohibition, the termination of his service during or at the end of the period of prohibition will not ordinarily and by itself be a punishment for a government servant so appointed has no right to continue to hold such a post any more than the servant employed on probation by a private employer is entitled to do.